the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a brand new, fresh edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, which is a good thing because if my name was different than Aaron Phillips, the title of the show would be absolutely silly, wouldn't it? Thank you for tuning in and making me part of your Saturday. I'm back from vacation. I'm happy to be back here. By the way, a shout out to my friend Yako for filling in for me last week. Great job. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow him on YouTube on his show as well. So it's good to be back. Now, listen, I'm going to be a little selfish here because I shared some pictures. If you've been following me on Facebook, I've been posting my pictures from my first ever cruise down to Cabo. Good morning, Jennifer. So I also have some of them primed and ready that we're going to show throughout the day, just because it was my first experience on a cruise and we're still giddy about it. It was a great time, great fun, and I encourage, if you've never done a cruise, at least give it a try once. But if you go in the Pacific Ocean side of the world for a cruise like I did and go snorkeling in the month of March, let me tell you, the water's not exactly warm, ladies and gentlemen. After getting back last Sunday, I finally defrosted yesterday at about 3 p.m. That's all I got to say from there. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, greatly appreciate it. If you're watching us on YouTube, that means you're watching it either on my show channel, Aaron's Hour Show YouTube channel, or you could be watching it on the WWDBTV YouTube, WWDBTV.com YouTube channel, or the website. If you're on the go, download WWDBTV to your Android, WWDBTV LV to your iPhone. Look, if you miss it all, just download the Roku channel, or set that up and then download WWDB-TV to your Roku. Not only catch this show, but all the plethora of shows. That's my favorite word now, John. The plethora of shows that are available on WWDB-TV. But more importantly, please call in. I'd love to hear your voices. Tell me your thoughts on anything going on in the world, Vegas, whatever you have. 702-992-3207. If you are watching us on YouTube, by the way, you can make your comments there as John is able to pull them down so I can see them as well as our Facebook messages. All right. So it is so good to be back. I got so much to share, so much to say and do. But more importantly, I have a guest coming up after our break. His name is Nate Miller. He was co-host or the host of The Basement Show with Nate Miller that aired on the Fishbowl Network. But now, my God, I love this guy so much. He is now the beat writer for the Texas Rangers for SportRelay.com. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about baseball. We'll talk about anything anybody wants to talk about. And yes, with baseball season starting this week, I am donned not in my normal attire of jackets and stuff. It is baseball. And yes, I know as a Yankee fan, these are Dodger colors, but don't hold it against me because the place I ordered these from don't have pinstripes like I like. But I got the Yankee hat. I even got the Yankee watch on today. So we are primed and ready for baseball season. I can't wait for somebody realistically to yell, play ball. With that, thank you, John. Almost if on cue. All right, with that, it is now time for my new segment, Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right. So there you have it. It's a nod to the past. My buddy Ricky, of course, Vegas Unwrapped. That's how I met John, by the way. I felt bad for him. He was like out in front of the studio with a tin cup, and I said, John, just come on in. And
my tin cup.
I stole your tin cup, exactly. I sold it on eBay for $1.50. Anyway, all right, time for some news and notes around the world, around the country, around whatever you want to do. But of course, as always, one of my favorite things is sharing winnings. People that actually come to Vegas and they take home some of our money, but not all of it, because again, folks, Vegas was never built on winners. It was built on all you lovely people leaving some deposits all around the Strip and in Fremont and now in off-Strip properties. And I thank you for that. However, Caesars Palace Properties, and I said this before I went on vacation, something about Caesars Palace. There is just something going on that you walk into any of their facilities, it just seems like they're winning. So check this out. Two jackpots hit at a Las Vegas Strip casino within 12 hours of each other. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You could have won at 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night. There you go. But here you go. According to a press release from Caesars Palace, at about 11 p.m. last Thursday, an unidentified guest hit a jackpot for $240,000 while playing video poker at Caesar's Palace. Then, at about 8 a.m. on Friday, Curtis Rogers of British Columbia won $364,000 after hitting a mega jackpot playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em at Harrah's. However, Rogers didn't stop there. The company says Rogers then won another $12,500 on the fortune bet. According to Caesars, Rogers was visiting Las Vegas on a business trip and plans to try his luck again on the casino floor with his winnings. To me, you win $364,000 and $12,000 on top of that. Dude, $380,000 approximately. I'd be running and leaving Vegas behind. Well, just focusing on for the weekend. Anyway, exactly. All right. Those of you who obviously live here, those who visit here, was that George I just saw in there? The mouth, George Miklos is in the chat room, one of my co-hosts for the Roundtable, which airs every Thursday night from 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific right here. That's a cheap plug. MSG Sphere is hiring 3,000 positions coming up here. The Sphere is called MSG because of folks, James Dolan and company, who own MSG, and the Knicks. I don't know if he still owns the Rangers. I think he does, the New York Rangers. This is part of his project, and this is pretty much a facility that will be strictly a concert dome. The outside of it is going to have visual, so you can they may actually air what's going on inside out on the dome, which is pretty cool. U2 has been signed to be the first group that will open up the Sphere. I shared this story before I went on vacation that this is a bad business decision because they're paying $10 million to U2 to open this place up. And for the prices of tickets and what they're expected for the percentages that U2 is also taking, this opening concert will put them in the red. That's not a way you want to start a business. But nonetheless, you can go to Sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, careers.com and check out all the current openings. Then you can apply online. So check it out. You know, there's still plenty of people out there that are saying, oh, I can't find a job. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, guess what, folks? There is work out there. You just have to be willing to get off the couch and do it. Now, I posted this story, and I bet John can relate to this. So if you can, John, you can open up your mic and join me on this conversation. You know, kids today don't know what vinyl records are. I remember when I first moved out here 25 years ago, we went to one of the restaurants here, Joe's Crab Shack, and they have a room where they display all sorts of stuff. And they had vinyl records, the big records, and they were on the wall. And one of my daughters, of my twins, both of them, of course, they're both going to turn 30 already. They turned and they said, Mom, Dad, why are those big CDs on the wall? And we laughed because, well, they weren't CDs, and we tried explaining to them what they were. And they were, at the time, people call them vinyls, but we called them records. So, John, what is old is coming new again. Are you aware of the fact that vinyl records are outselling CDs for the first time in 35 years? I bet you have some records left, I bet.
Yep, I do.
How many do you have?
85 or 30.
Do you have a record player to play them?
No, I'm actually saving them for my nephew, who is a huge vinyl collector at this point. He lives in LA.
Oh, right on.
And it is the big thing right now.
It's coming back, and fashion does the same thing, right? John would always, bell bottoms go away in the 70s, then you see bell bottoms coming back. So vinyl records. So here's the information. This is pretty interesting. According to the RIAA, they did a report in 2022, and that marked the 16th consecutive year of the physical media, the records revenue growth. Vinyl records made up 71% of the sales of physical media purchased. 71%. So if you have all those records, and I know our buddy Ricky used to have a huge vinyl collection. I don't know if Kimberly got rid of it, sold it, or whether they still have it. But boy, he had a huge. Do you remember that record collection? He had milk cartons stacked with records.
Yep.
So just check it out. There's a new shop. Let's see. Marley's Music is celebrating Record Store Day. The shop opens early and hosts special deals, limited release albums. The event will happen on April 22nd. And you could visit Marley's Music Record Store on Facebook to learn more. So if you still have some vinyls or anything, gosh, don't get rid of them because, they're coming back. They are definitely coming back for sure. Now, John, what location in the world makes Vegas known as the ninth island? I bet Jennifer can answer that. Hawaii, that's right. Native Hawaiian Convention is going to be held in Las Vegas in June. And this is a convention that had been held for the last 22 years in Hawaii, but said with the growing number of Native Hawaiians in the continental U.S., the convention must follow. So they will actually be coming here to Vegas in June, as I said. The convention will feature workshops and presentations on Native Hawaiian cultural practices.
I got to go to this.
Yeah, okay. April 22nd, mark it down. Panels and breakouts with National Hawaii experts discussing policy issues impacting Native Hawaiians across the nation. Evening Hawaiian entertainment. Evening performances of hula and mele designed specifically for the Vegas convention. Information on programs, grants, services available to support the Native Hawaiian community. I wonder if Rob knows about this. If that's the case, Jennifer is confirming my information about the convention. The early registration for CNHA members is $250, and fee for the general public who are not members is $300. The price is valid through April 15th. Reduced $89 per night hotel rooms are also available for convention attendees. So you can visit their website. Just look it up, the Western Regional Native American Convention. You can check it out online, CNHA, June 19th through the 22nd. That sounds like it's going to be a great time. Jennifer, that sounds like a time you should be coming out to Vegas. Bring some of that Hawaii culture with you. A couple of more news items, then we're going to break off for our first commercial break so I can bring my guest on. Now, everybody should know by now, right, John, that Formula One is going to be racing here next year, right?
No kidding.
No kidding. Yeah, newsflash, right? So it's ironic, when I was in Long Beach, and you brought it up between shows, Long Beach does a Formula One race in Cali as well.
Yep.
And while I was out there waiting, we went to Long Beach the day before the cruise, and they were setting up the walls and the wire walls to protect everybody, which was pretty cool to see them put that up. But now Formula One's coming here next year. Here's a sad part. When people think of Caesar's Palace, okay, I actually might be in Las Vegas. Well, good. Jennifer, that would be cool. Visually, what do people see about Caesar's Palace, John, that people usually like to see out front?
The fountain.
The fountain, right? And what's that?
And the dome.
And the dome, the rotunda, right?
Right.
Now, that has been in many shots of the Caesar's Palace for many, many, many years. I think even including when Evel Knievel even tried jumping the fountains. That made the show. But Caesar's Palace has to demolish the rotunda ahead of the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. Caesar's Palace in Clark County planned to demolish a rotunda outside of the property to make way for the Grand Prix. Demolition permit showed that the 5,000 square foot rotunda on the west side of the boulevard across from the link will be demolished along with landscaping, planters, pillars, statues, and more. The permit notes the demolition is in preparation for the race set for November 18th. How much do you think it's costing them to do this, if you were to take a wild guess, John?
$832,427.19.
You're a little off. They got a big discount, $158,000 to take down that rotunda.
That is cheap.
But you know what, though? Isn't there something better that the hotel can spend $158,000 on than taking this down for the F1? Can't they move the route just a little bit?
Well, they gotta do something to cover all the winnings that have been happening over there.
You know what? That's very true. That's very true. I've noticed more winnings get announced ever since the city opened back up after the pandemic than ever before. All right, last piece of news, and then we're going to go off to break, and we'll bring Nate in formally. Now, obviously, he's waiting very patiently, although I do see him nodding, and he was taking selfies as well. He's in the what do we call it last week? The internet green room. Yes, the internet. Gray room. Yes, that is true. For us, it is gray. That is very true. So if I say, have you heard, John, even I got to think you know who these people are, Nikki and Brie Bella. Does that name ring a bell at all within the wrestling world? Please say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. They've been around for a long time in pro wrestling. They've got a fashion line.
Aren't they in that movie Twilight? Or
no. No, they were not. But they were also part of Total Divas, which was a reality show based on WWE, the ladies in the... Anyway, here's the bottom line. They stopped wrestling a couple of years ago, and people were wondering if they were still part of WWE. Well, Nikki and Brie are no longer using the Bella name moving forward. The sisters have changed their social media handles to reflect the change. Why? Because the move says that it's a major sign that they are no longer working together with WWE on projects. Nikki has been critical of WWE in recent weeks. She took issue with WWE not featuring many women at the Raw 30th anniversary show back in January. In the video, Nikki talks about the next chapter in their lives and owning who we are and being unapologetically us and fiercely walking through that open door. So Nikki and Brie look like they are officially done with WWE, but I'm sure it will not be the last of us seeing them. All right, we're going to get ready to step aside for our first break. When we come back, Nate Miller will be joining us on the other side. And again, as I mentioned on TCA, as you watch the show, I may have some other surprises if things pan out. Who the heck knows? But you're going to have to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Aaron Zauer will be right back.
Anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, pain, inflammation, dealing with mental or physical health issues, or know someone who is? Relax, refresh, recover, revive. Natural health alternatives using hemp-derived CBD and other cannabinoids found in hemp are increasingly becoming more effective in managing various symptoms that affect your body, state of mind, and daily life. Planet Harvest Health's mission is to help those looking for natural, new, and better solutions for a healthier way of life, specializing in small batch, handcrafted alternatives, providing higher quality and a cost-effective product. Go to planetharvesthealth.com for more information and education on how we can help you.
Hey, welcome back to Aaron Zauer with Aaron Phillips. Joining me in the adjacent window, see if I can do this right. Look at this. I'm finally learning how to do this. He's right over here. If I reach across, can I give him a wet willy? No, I don't think so. Nate Miller joins us. He is the beat writer for sportsrelay.com representing the Texas Rangers. My friend Nate, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. The wet willy wouldn't work very well because I'm wearing headphones.
Welcome to Aaron Zauer with Nate Miller, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, bud? It's been a while since we chatted.
Yeah, it has been a while. I'm doing well.
You look good.
Thank you.
So tell me, how excited were you when you got the call that now you are officially a beat writer, which I love that title anyway, for the Texas Rangers on behalf of sportsrelay.com?
Well, I was very excited. I've actually been a beat writer for them for a little bit, but this was the first year that I've applied for a season credential to cover the Rangers.
Okay.
And so this means that I don't have to keep like reapplying to cover games with them up in the press box. I can just kind of walk right in.
And that makes it very convenient.
Yeah, it does. It actually creates less work for the Rangers. It creates less work for me. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Right on. So you've been writing and following sports for how long now?
I've been writing for almost 3 years now.
Okay. And as I mentioned at the top when I talked about you coming on, you co-hosted a show. Well, you were the main host. You had some I don't know, some sidekick. What was her name? Billy something or other. She's only one of the owners of Planet Harvest Health that's helping us here. But anyway, so did you end that show to do more writing? Yes.
The writing was actually kind of taking over a little bit. I was doing that, 4 or 5 times a week, and I was only doing the radio show about once a week. So it kind of made sense for a little bit.
Right on.
I'll probably start another show at some point. I just don't know when.
Well, let us know, because I'd love to carry it up here on Worldwide Digital Broadcasting, get it on Roku, get it all, because you could do a show just like you are right now and help spread the word of whatever you have in mind. So, you know what? Oh my God, as if it's almost on cue. She heard me talk about her. Now she's going to be pissed at me. So it looks like Billy Ball is trying to interrupt the show here. Is that her, Billy? Is that you? Billy?
She's trying to get on.
Oh, she's on. Billy? Oh, see?
What's up?
Were your ears burning? Because I was just mentioning you and the Basement Show and Nate, and I was just talking bad about you, and all of a sudden here you are.
Bam. See? Talk about good things.
All right, Billy, we're having trouble with your connection. So wherever you were, when you started, go back there.
Yeah.
So I know one thing that's keeping her busy while we work on hopefully fixing her audio, if she can try. Yeah, she just somehow she is managing puppies now. So I know she's chasing them around. So hopefully we'll get her audio back up here in a second. So let's talk about how you got into this in the first place. If you don't mind, I'm inspired by your story. I've told you that in the past. I don't want to make a big thing of it because it shouldn't be. You are Nate. You're smart. You know your stuff. There's no question. But I think my listeners would be very intrigued and interested in knowing more about your background and why you are a superstar just in life, if nothing else, if you don't mind.
Sure. Where to start, really? Started writing in 2021, shortly after, everything kind of came back to life after the pandemic. And before that, I was doing a radio show for the Fishbowl Network for about 9 years. Sort of stopped doing that when I started writing just because, the writing was taking over and I kind of found it more, not rewarding, but just something different. I just kind of wanted to do something different for a while. Everybody goes through that.
Sure.
And so I started writing with another website. It was called Last Word on Baseball. I'm not with them anymore, but so I covered the Rangers for them for about 6 months, and then the 6 month mark made me eligible to actually get credentialed to go up to the press
right on.
So that mark, kind of came at me, before I knew it. And my editor came at me with like, "Hey, how would you like to go up in the press box?" I'm like, "Great." So,
twist my arm for that view, right?
Yeah. Especially since I only live 2 miles from that ballpark. So it really works out well. And, I kept covering games. I covered 30 games in 2021. I covered all 81 of their home games in 2022, and I'm hoping to do that again this year.
Right on. So that started it, but let's talk about prior to that, your I don't want to use the word, but life physically is not as easy for you as it is for me. And I would love for you, if you don't mind, to please share that aspect with my viewers so they can get a full appreciation of who you are and why I'm proud of you succeeding, doing what you're doing. I mean, it's great what you've done. If you don't mind, just share that part with my listeners.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when I was 2, and have dealt with that pretty much my whole life. And it's actually kind of fitting that we're doing this today because today is National CP Awareness Day in the U.S. And so just kind of dealing with that has been challenging at times. I also have a thing called hydrocephalus. It's a spinal condition that makes toxic fluids build up on my brain.
Wow.
And I have to have a plastic tube in my head to drain the fluid.
Okay.
So I've had 4 brain operations to replace that over the years. Just because it's a plastic tube. Like, it's nothing special. It's just a plastic tube. And it's man-made. And what happened, the problem was I was growing too fast. Like in my teen years and whatnot. And what happens to anything that's plastic if it's stretched too far? It breaks.
Right.
Simple as that. And that's what happened. And so I've had 4 brain operations, like I said, at 5 weeks old, 5 years old, 16 years old, and 20 years old.
Wow. And
it's just like, just something inside me clicked. I'm like, you're still here. Do something special,
Absolutely. So obviously you've been a sports fan all your life, I presume?
Yes.
What's your first sporting memory that you have that really said, aha, this is what I'm going to do?
Good one. The first moment like that was probably when I was 6 years old. I grew up in Michigan, and I went to my first Tigers game.
Okay.
First Detroit Tigers game at Old Tiger Stadium. This was on the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. It was like the glory days. Well, yeah.
Alan Trammell, Sparky Anderson, and those guys.
Exactly. So I was about 6 years old. They were playing the Royals, I think. And we were sitting in the right field stands, upper deck, so it was
Right.
cold. It was cold. And I don't remember who won the game, but that was like my first experience. And I thought, okay, I want to do something with this.
Right on.
Even if it's not, playing down on the field, like I can still do something with it.
Sure. You can still impact the sport.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So that was when? How old were you then?
I was 6 years old.
Okay. So at 6, you had that experience in the stadium, right?
Mhm. Yep.
At what point, what was the aha moment for you to say, well, okay, I'm 6 years old. I had this experience in Detroit. I can do something with this. And now I know at that point, when being 6, that might have been your aha moment. But
Mhm.
as you got older and you through school and everything else, something had to click and say, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. This is what I want to do in my life. At what point did you realize and turn like, all right, I'm going down this path. This is what I want to do.
I'd say that was probably like up until I finished high school, it was merely a passion. But like once I graduated high school, I started looking into, okay, what would it take to actually do something like this for a living, whether it's
Right.
radio, writing, whatever it is. And that's when I got plugged into the college that I went to for my associate's degree, which was
Right.
in radio broadcasting.
Okay.
So I
So
graduated.
no, you did it the right way, not me. I answered an ad on Craigslist and got started. That's how I did it.
Right. So this was about 2006. I started work on my associate's degree. That took me about 2 years.
Okay.
2 years because I went year round.
Okay.
And I had like a break maybe once every 3 months. And that's the way to do it, by the way. If you're going to go to college, go year round.
Right. I agree with that.
Don't take summers off. You'll just prolong the experience. And that's
By the way, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think Billy has put another quarter in the slot, and I think we might be able to talk with her now. Billy, are you there? Billy.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Now
me?
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Are you chasing those puppies again? Billy, you're bouncing in and out on us.
Like up and like my fake leg is over here.
No.
An antenna.
I knew that fake leg was going to pop up sometime.
I told you she needs her own show.
I'm telling you, change the frequency on that peg leg, will you please?
Oh boy.
So unfortunately, though,
I need to upgrade or something.
She's got rabbit ears on that leg. That's the problem.
Well, if she told you the story that she shared with me during the week, those rabbit ears as a radar didn't work very well for her. So, Billy, are you still the audio is still in and out? Are you good with us?
I think she's good.
Billy?
Isn't modern technology?
Are you turning your phone off and on, or is that just our connection? Or do we have a really bad delay?
Isn't she in Texas?
Yeah, well, she's not far from actually Nate.
So am I. So am I.
I was going to say, you guys are both in Texas. So, you know what? Maybe we're going to have Billy try to just call in direct.
Okay.
Maybe try to use the phone. So, can you, I'll send her a message at break. So, anyway, go ahead. Continue on with college, please.
Yeah. So, this was 2006 when I started work on my associate's degree. And like I said, that took 2 years. So, I finished that up in 2008. And then I just needed a break. I needed a break from school.
Right.
And just everything else. And that was when kind of the challenge set in, because getting a full-time job in radio is hard. It's almost impossible when you're first starting out.
Yep.
And so I just kind of bounced around the want ads for the next 3 years until I found Fishbowl. And then started with them for, once a week, and did that for about 9 years. And now I'm writing. So,
all right, let's try Billy's audio one last time. Billy, can you hear us? Or more importantly, can you talk to us? Okay. I just sent her a message. Billy? Test 112. Test 112. All right, Billy, if you can hear me, I message you the studio phone line. Call in, please. We'll try to do it the old-fashioned way, please. Call 702-992-3207. Okay, while we give her a second to hopefully transition, we're going to step aside for a break, and maybe a little longer break so I can call her direct and tell her to call in. You are watching Aaron's Hour with the great Nate Miller. He is the beat writer for the Texas Rangers this year, sportrelay.com. We'll be back with Nate. Maybe Billy, who the hell knows at this point. And I got some other guests and a special friend of mine that just walked in that maybe we'll get him on towards the end of the show to reacquaint him with the city of Las Vegas and Las Vegas with him. Hey, yeah, I'm always that. Have you ever known me not to be crazy? Aaron's Hour will be back right after this.
Las Vegas Avengers. I want you all to check out Aaron's Hour. It is Saturdays from 12 p.m. with the voice himself, Aaron Phillips. Of course, he's got the full support of, well, the Las Vegas Avengers, the Empire, and of course.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chief.
And I'm Aaron, and together we are
Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Join us every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time.
Right here on WWDBTV Network and all the shows that are available for you to watch. And why is that?
Because the Chief says so.
Anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, pain, inflammation, dealing with mental or physical health issues or know someone who is? Relax, refresh, recover, revive. Natural health alternatives using hemp-derived CBD and other cannabinoids found in hemp are increasingly becoming more effective in managing various symptoms that affect your body, state of mind, and daily life. Planet Harvest Health's mission is to help those looking for natural, new, and better solutions for a healthier way of life, specializing in small batch, handcrafted alternatives, providing higher quality and a cost-effective product. Go to planetharvesthealth.com for more information and education on how we can help you.
Hey, welcome back by the magic power of Alexander Graham Bell, I'm hoping. I think we have, are we ready to try this way, John, sir?
Yeah, let's do it.
Billy, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, we just need to turn up her volume on my end so I can hear her. So can you say hello to Nate for me?
Hello to Nate for me.
Oh, smart ass. For that, you didn't have to call in. Well, I don't know what was happening with the other connection, but I'm glad the phone lines are working. So, Nate, I was trying to make this a surprise for you. Not that you guys don't talk all the time anyway, but I was trying to have a little fun and bring Billy in while I got you. So, all right. So now that we're on international airwaves, Billy, what has it really been like to work with Nate over these years? You can be honest now.
Oh my God!
Oh dear.
You know, there are things that we can't say out loud with other people listening. So
Why not? No. It's only the three of us. No
quality
one's
alone
listening.
time together. You know.
You can be real. No one's listening. It's just between the three of us.
Exactly. Well, let's just say that at times we both have the mind of like a 10 to 12-year-old boy. You know.
Specifically a boy.
Yes. By the way, for those who don't remember, because I think this is one of the first times I've had Billy on this show, she is one half of the ownership of Planet Harvest Health, who you guys hear about on the roundtable, and we played her commercial at the top of the show as well.
I love their coffee.
Shut up. Anyway, so Nate, seriously, how did you and Billy work together on the show from the beginning, or did you start and then Billy came along later on?
I started, and then Billy came on maybe 6 years in.
And how did that happen?
I just asked her.
So obviously you guys had known each other for a while then before the show.
Yeah, for about maybe a year or two.
Okay. So, Billy, did you hesitate at all to go on the air with? Had you done any radio before that, Billy?
Hell no. I didn't hesitate. Hell no. I didn't done anything like that. You know, at the time I worked for the Rangers, and me and Nate met through me working there, and we met for lunch one day and hit it off. We were like peas and carrots, and that was it. One day he asked me to be on the show, and I was very honored because he's really great at what he does, and so it just kind of took off from there.
Well, sometimes matches happen out of the blue, and sometimes the best on-air partnerships are people that just meet for the first time and they develop their chemistry through the show. And that's been my experience, although I've done shows obviously with people I've known for a while. But sometimes when there's no conceptions about the other person, then it allows for a clean slate for everybody to develop who they are, their own voice, and how to deliver material, right?
Correct, because, you know, if you was to just meet me and Nate out in public, you would be like, oh my gosh, they're so respectful, they're so, pure of heart and clear of mind. But then, like I said, you get us alone together, and that just goes out the window.
So Nate, when did you guys decide to end the show mutually, or is it your impetus because of your schedule?
Yeah, it was a mutual thing,
Okay.
just because schedule and everything else.
How badly did Billy take the news that you wanted to kick her off the show and end it?
Well, it helped that Billy was a fan of my writing too. So, and she kind of realized that, you know, the writing is kind of taken over a little bit. You know, it's kind of giving me another platform. And I was doing that, you know, 4 or 5 times a week anyway. Okay. So she kind of understood and agreed to, you know, let me do this.
Well, I'm still trying to pitch Billy to get back on the air. We need her to do a show because she's so funny and she's got all the stories on the farm and tripping over her own leg and whatever other stories she wants to share.
You need more than an hour.
No, right, exactly. So, Nate, let me ask you a question. Those old the shows, the Basement Show, are they still available on Fishnet? Do they still have them up for you?
I don't believe so.
Fishnet, Fishbowl. So I was thinking of Billy's legs. Or leg, and I just went to Fishnet. She's good. Wait a minute. My guest here a friend of mine is in the studio, and he just cringed at my comment about the one leg. So, Billy, please tell him it's okay.
It is way okay.
Right. See that?
I'll have to tell you.
No, she worked at IHOP before doing the show, by the way. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I had to. I love Billy, by the way. Billy's great. Shut up over there with the coffee. Okay, so, you know, I usually lose control a lot sooner in the show, so 40 minutes in, I'm okay with. Anyway, I did good today. Anyway, so, all right, so Nate, so you did the show. Now, you have visions. You said you might maybe somewhere down the line think about doing a show down the line. Would it be sports or would it be something else?
It would be sports and humor-based.
Okay. Not that there isn't humor in baseball, right?
No, I'm watching the Rangers right now.
Oh my God! My Yankees starting pitching's a joke, that's for sure too. So I get that. Hey, are you familiar? Both of you, since you're big sports fans, are you familiar with the baseball team out of Georgia called the Savannah Bananas?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, damn, I was hoping to surprise them with something. Well,
no, Johnny Damon recently played.
Yes. But it's a crazy. They only have like 9 rules from what I understand. And I'm currently working diligently. They're coming to Vegas end of April, beginning of May. And I'm working diligently to get a couple of their players. I may have to record an interview with them to appear on Thoughts Count Anywhere because they've been a hot topic of conversation with us since last year. So I'm hoping the Savannah Bananas will be represented here on WWDBTV within the next month. So.
We need to start a petition for Billy to be their mascot.
Oh my God! Oh, especially when they have the.
We can paint her leg yellow.
We can.
Yes.
Billy Banana.
Billy Banana.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. Well, don't they have those spinning competitions on the bat when they put their, which just spin Billy? Sorry, that's too much. I crossed the line with that. That's why my show will be canceled as soon as I say goodbye. Now, guys, don't send any hate mail to me, people, because Billy's a great sport. If anybody, she jokes and laughs at herself first, and that's just as important. But
I just got a text from her lawyer.
cease and desist from Billy's lawyer. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my!
The law offices of Chiquita and Chiquita.
Sorry, Nick, if I hit you. From the law offices, Howie, Dewey, and Cheatham. Right? So I just had to throw something at my guest because he said something under his breath, and I inadvertently hit his wife. So I may literally get a call from an attorney soon. Anyway, no. Goodbye, John. Anyway, no, seriously. Billy's a great sport. She's a great spirit. She's a wonderful person. And Nate, let me ask you a question. For someone like Billy, who had never done radio before, how much did you learn from her to hone your craft while being on the radio and doing what you do?
Wow. Okay. Just. Well, I mean, Billy taught me to go off script. It's okay to go off script every now and then. You know, and that's what made it fun. That's what makes her fun. You know, she likes to go off script. She likes to, she likes to have fun. You know, she enjoys life. And if you can't do that on the radio, where can you do it?
Absolutely. Well said. I don't script anything, and if nothing else, this show is proof.
Obviously.
Yeah, right. Obviously. Right. Exactly. All right. So give the website and how people can find specifically your writing about the Rangers.
Yes, sportrelay.com, and it's on the homepage. It's the teams are separated up in their divisions. AL West, AL East, AL Central,
right.
Whatever. So you click on AL West, scroll down to the Texas Rangers. It's alphabetical order, so the Rangers are last.
More ways than one, right?
Yeah. So you click on the Rangers. It'll bring up every article that I've written.
Okay. Great.
For the site thus far.
So maybe what I'd like to talk about with both of you off air, but by the way, I know Billy's a big wrestling fan too, so we also talk wrestling. But what I want to do is maybe once a month, Nate, we get you to either call in or video in, and we just talk some baseball, what you're seeing around Major League Baseball, and maybe just do like a baseball moment, because we have the Oakland Athletics AAA team here. And there's still talk about whether the A's are coming to Vegas or not. Who knows? But maybe once a month we do a little spot about baseball as a general conversation.
I'd like that.
There's been talk about them going to Nashville here recently.
Who's that going to Nashville?
The A's.
To Nashville? When did that come out?
Last week there was a little something I saw.
But
I'll have to find it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do. Obviously, that came out while I was on a boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So,
oh, you poor baby.
Yeah, right. I have pictures all lined up, and I even started showing my pictures yet. But that's okay. All right, Nate, I'm going to let you go because I think you've had enough of this. So no, I'm only kidding. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, check out Nate's work. He is as smart as they come about baseball. I had the honor of being a guest on their show, on the Basement Show, a couple of times, and it was a treat for me to go on and talk baseball with both Billy and Nate. Check him out on the website. He's on Facebook, and Billy's also on Facebook. Check them both out. Your life will be better enriched by connecting with both of these people. Nate, God bless you. I look forward to working, just hearing and keeping you going. Billy, you and I will talk. I love you. We'll keep chatting about stuff as well, and keep those dogs under control. Will you please?
I'm trying to. I love all you guys. I'll have a great weekend.
Thank you, Billy. Nate, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Now I have a connection. I can get some Texas Ranger swag for real now. I don't have to buy it in my shop.
Right on.
All right, guys. Try the coffee. Thank you very much, guys. We'll talk soon. All right. Aaron's Hour on its way to our next break, because during the break, I'm going to bring my friend up and reintroduce him to Las Vegas. And also, too, while he's up here, we're going to share some pictures of my vacation. Why? Because I can, because it's my show. It says right above my head, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. We'll be back right after this.
Anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, pain, inflammation, dealing with mental or physical health issues, or know someone who is? Relax, refresh, recover, revive. Natural health alternatives using hemp-derived CBD and other cannabinoids found in hemp are increasingly becoming more effective in managing various symptoms that affect your body, state of mind, and daily life. Planet Harvest Health's mission is to help those looking for natural, new, and better solutions for a healthier way of life, specializing in small batch, handcrafted alternatives, providing higher quality and a cost-effective product. Go to planetharvesthealth.com for more information and education on how.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chief.
And I'm Aaron, and together we are
Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Join us every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time.
right here on WWDBTV Network and all the shows that are available for you to watch. And why is that?
Because the Chief says so.
All right. Well, how did that work out? What the heck? You know what? I was looking at it in first. So as soon as John fixes the camera, there he is. Look at that. Paige Poole is back in Vegas. And that's John. No, Max Headroom. He's on. That's on. Green light's on. Yeah, I could see green, although I couldn't turn my own microphone on.
I said my name 3 times. I appear.
That's right. Paige Poole left Vegas for a little bit. Took care of some business in another state. He's back, but one of, if not the Leavenworth, the best Elvis Presley impersonators, but not just Elvis. He does a lot of other entertaining. So he's this time back in Vegas. We're not pigeonholing you into just Elvis. Good to see you, bud. So happy to see you back in town. So what brought you back? And John back there, JPEG.
Behind the curtain over there.
He's no wizard. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? He's odd. It's Wizard of Odd is more like it. So. Well, we'll talk. This is probably a surprise to you that he and I are even back together again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that over lunch. We'll talk bad about him. Now, while we're chatting, John, let's start. So I was on vacation last week. I was in Cabo. We took our first cruise, my wife and I. And I sent in some pictures. I posted these all on Facebook, but I wanted to share some with the listeners as you and I are chatting. So go ahead. You can scroll that whenever you're ready. So what brought you back to Vegas out of, what were you, Florida, right?
Well, yeah, I was in Tampa.
There's my wife and I in Cabo.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Go ahead. Oh, look at that whale coming out of the water.
Do you tell them fish stories?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, no. We went down there for 2 years. We wanted to check it out because, you know, the twilight years are coming for me.
Twilight years?
I'm getting up there, Aaron. I'm getting up there.
But you still have all black hair in your head.
Yeah,
though.
that's what they call 5 minutes for men. That's what, but anyway, well, my wife wanted to come back because family's here.
Okay.
And the way that I'm not saying to be funny, but sometimes the way things are going with everything, we just want to be closer to family. So
okay, well that's fair.
Good. Yeah.
Nothing like family.
No, nothing like it. I mean, they're my family too now. So it's like we missed them. We want to come back, and then we're right now we're just temporarily, living here. Under her family's roof right now, but I'm saying we're going to be going, getting our own place again, get set up. And what I really miss a lot about Vegas was not just the singing and everything. I missed being zany and goofy on my old radio show.
You being zany and goofy?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
But this time it'll be a lot more better.
There you go.
I'm concerned.
A lot more better.
Yeah,
that's not good grammar. You obviously went to school.
I'm sorry, I'm Rocky Balboa. No, you got Mick behind the curtain over there.
Did you want to at least verbally acknowledge?
Yes, I was going to do that.
So.
To my left is the love of my life, which you can't see on camera. Do
you want to come up at least show your face?
Come see me.
No, just come up and say hi. That's right, John. We'll bring her up here.
She is my baby doll.
Let's see. There you go. There she is.
This is my beautiful baby. Right?
I inadvertently almost hit her with my papers earlier.
She did.
I was aiming for Paige. It's a good thing she ducked.
You gave her a paper cut.
Yes. That was it. Listen, it was a pretty heavy sack of paper.
I was.
So you're back in. Listen, I'm delighted that you're back in town. You called me back in like November, December.
I think I called you last year. Yeah.
Yeah, and you said, "Dude, I'm coming back," and I turned to my wife and I said, "Let's get the hell out of town."
Yes, that's what you said. Yeah,
and
exactly.
no, so I'm glad you're back, dude.
Yeah.
Rekindle some stuff. It's been a couple of years.
Well, like I say, I already sang a couple gigs here.
Right.
Performed, sang. I can't even talk right
now. You got a gig. As
I had a gig. So anyway, I had a gig.
They have an ointment for that, by the way.
I was at a pizza shop, so it was actually.
Which one?
It was out in what was it called? Boulder City.
Oh, okay.
It was what was it called?
Don't give him a plug. I'll have to send him a
They
bill.
say the first thing goes in memory. I don't know what the second thing
That's
is.
right. I
But
don't
anyway,
remember the second.
little pizzeria place out there. It
Sure.
was cool, and it was just getting my feet back wet and stuff. And a couple of my old friends came to see me. Mark Mader came to see me.
Oh, yeah.
And Dickie Pride.
Mhm.
Remember Dickie?
Yeah.
He lives in Texas now. So they come out. They said, "What's going on with the beard and all this stuff?" I said, "Well, that's what you get now. You get this is Paige Poole doing other people doing craziness." So
That's
what it
right.
is.
Well, that's good. That's good. I know you're going to hone your show, whatever you have in mind
Right.
for the gigs out in town.
Right.
And I think the entertainment community is going to be much better off having you back as part of that.
You know, they acted like they really missed me. Everyone was saying, "When you coming home? When you coming back?" So it made me feel better. It made
Well,
me
you
feel
know,
really
the
good.
old saying is what you don't know, until you don't know how much you miss something until you don't have it.
Yeah, who says
right?
you can't go home?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. My only disappointment, and you and I talked about
What's that?
this, is that Ricky's not here. to
I
see
know.
it.
I miss him so much.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember. I'm going to give you a quick memory. I know I did this off camera, but when I first was introduced to these gentlemen, it was Ricky Cash and my friend Aaron Phillips. They said, "You should do a show. You're pretty funny at this. And can you do some voices? You got any voices?" I said, "Sure." I said, and first thing out of my mouth, I don't even know why it popped in. It was the scene from Good Godfather. And he goes, "I'm smart. I was looked over, Mike. I'm smart." And that was it. Ricky
That was
Cash
it.
was done. He
That
was
was
done.
every
That was
time.
it.
You didn't even have to say hello to him.
No.
You just start the words,
John
I'm,
Casellas.
and then that was it.
That's
And
it.
you lost them.
And then Bullwinkle, and then the rest of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Rookie, we put the red on here. That kind of stuff, So I do a lot of voices. Austin Powers.
Right.
I do like singing though. I do.
Well, your bread and butter has always been
It's
Elvis.
Elvis, yeah, I think
but
so.
then you do Roy
I
Orbison, you do a
Neil
lot
Diamond.
of others. Yeah.
But I just do a little parody on Neil Diamond. It's kind of funny in the show. I'm unimplemented. It's
Right.
like, you remember the song "Love on the Rocks"?
Sure.
Well, if you remember the time when
From Jazz Singer.
OJ was running around, blood on my socks ain't no surprise. Bought me a drink, got Kato some fries.
Oh my
That's one of those. You know? I haven't lost anything. Really.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait to hear the full version.
Well, I'm
Maybe.
working on it right now. So.
Maybe.
No, I'm saying I've got to say something right now.
Yes.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
You really
Appreciate
do.
it.
And I've been following you, your journey, and I got to say, I am so proud of you. You
Thank
look
you.
so good.
Tim-
And your wife, I don't even know who she is anymore.
Well, you'll see
I
her
can
in
barely
person
see
for
her.
lunch, hopefully. You can really barely see
Hi,
her.
Eileen. How are
That's
you?
right. Yeah, that's right.
Eileen.
That's right. Well, you'll at least see her for lunch, so hopefully she can get it.
Because you guys look great.
So when you left town, though, didn't I already had the surgery?
Well, before I left town, you had a couple bats of.
I did have some.
You had some health issues,
right?
I didn't know you. And I think I just left when you got it.
Gotcha.
So it's about 2 years.
So the
right?
last no. I had the surgery. It's coming on 6 years. Come
maybe it was
August.
before that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember because if that's the case, the last time you saw me was 354 pounds.
When I looked, I said, "Who's that?" That's Aaron.
But here's the
Yeah,
funny
that's
part.
good stuff.
I can be in my own witness protection program.
But nobody can ever.
Seriously.
I know, but nobody can ever duplicate the voice of Aaron Phillips.
Thank you. Thank you
That's
very much.
that's my life.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
no, you got that voice. You got that radio thing going on.
Absolutely. Now, speak of the devil.
Who's that?
Okay. No, my Eileen, she said something's going on over here. We're going to go across the street to Draft House.
yeah.
She goes, something's going on. So she's already over there. I'm going to try and get us a table. So she can try to
You
get
know
us
what?
a
That's
table.
our first date we had.
What's that?
Me-
At Draft House?
Mine and Nikki's.
At Draft House? Oh, well, there you go.
It was like-
Karma. What goes around
It
comes
was kind
around.
of an acquaintance move thing. We
Sure.
got to know each other, and I walked to her car and I gave her a kiss on the cheek, and she said that was the most gentlemanly thing anybody's ever done. So I
Did you at least open the door
Yes,
first?
yeah,
well,
I
so,
always do.
so why didn't she say that at that
She
point?
don't.
Why did it have to wait
Well,
for the
well,
kiss?
okay.
Did you give her tongue or something that she had to say
well, that's later on in life. But
Oh,
anyway, no,
that hasn't happened yet. She's like,
But I
she's
was-
sitting there over there. Come on, I'm waiting for it all this
Yeah.
time.
Well, yeah, well. Anyway, that's another hour later.
That's right.
But anyway, no, when we went out, we had a little talk and
Sure.
got to know each other, and then that night we looked up at this guy. We talking on the phone, and I didn't know about texting too well. I was texting like
No, you never did text very well.
16,000 sentences. I could have just done it one. And she's like, you can do more than just a couple characters. I'm like, I really like being with you. And we looked up. There was a blood moon, like that.
Yep.
And it was
Mhm.
like, this is our moon. And she gave me a kissy face emoji.
Right.
So we kept saying goodnight like 1,500 times.
It's like the old high school. You
Yeah,
hang up first.
'cause
No, you hang up first. I
No,
love you. I love you. No,
more.
you hang
Yeah.
up first.
And it was like Christmas. That was like Christmas.
Well, that's good.
It was like, for me, my life changed when I met this
Good.
lady.
Good for
really
you.
did,
Good for you.
for the better.
Well, listen, you deserve to be happy. Everybody
yeah.
does.
Everybody does.
Everybody
Everybody
does.
does.
Are you just as happy now? Okay. I can't wait to hear your side of the story.
Yeah, but
We'll talk about that over lunch. Then I'll share it on the show next week.
she's happy when I'm sleeping.
Right. Hey, quiet over there. Exactly. John's like he's taking notes. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
So, things happen good for me too. I mean,
of course.
I got a little heavy. I'm sorry. Cameron adds about 20 pounds. I'm only
Well, that's
about
why I had you wear black behind a table.
I'm 190 pounds, but no, I'm kidding. 110. No, but anyway, and I'm only 25 years old. So
divide by 2, multiply by 12.
To the second power,
Exactly.
you're done. So yeah, it's equal Weight Watchers. Okay, perfect. Anyway, no, I just saying, a lot of things that happened in my life. I performed in Florida. I did 6 Christmas shows.
Oh,
and I'm glad nobody really saw many of the tapes. Sounded great, but I look like Elvis.
Late life Elvis.
Yeah, yes. And I'm not to disrespect Elvis, but I got to get back to my things too. I got to get back to
over lunch. I'll give you some basic tips.
Absolutely, I was going to.
And then you can buy my book for $49.99.
Well, see, I knew that was coming. Yeah, if you're the 10th Carl, you get the Ginsu knife absolutely free.
That's right.
Perfect.
Who's that? Chris. Yes, Chris. That is exactly where we're going to be. Big Dog's Draft House, right here in Rancho, is right across the street from the studio, and it looks like you're messaging me on YouTube. Thank you, Chris. So you're going to come over and say hello. That'll be great if you're over there.
You know, I think to us, it's a lot's changed since when we met because we started out. Like
I don't even know how long years ago.
You have flourished into this mega power here.
I don't know about
no,
mega
I'm going to
power.
give it to you. No, I'm sorry. You have come.
I'm very humbled by what I do, so I appreciate
doing a great
that.
job. No, I've been listening to you every once in a while. I got to say,
you're the one, huh?
I do want, the one person. Yeah, exactly. I do want to meet Ric Flair before he
I'd like to meet Ric Flair.
I could have met him in Hulk Hogan's place, but I just kept.
Down in Florida,
down in Tampa, St. Pete. You know, and they go on Monday nights and they do karaoke. You guys see?
Do they really?
Ric Flair sings karaoke. It's hilarious. It's terrible, but
is
he's like, woo!
On a drink or not a drink?
Oh, he's doing a little bit. You know, he's not as much as he was.
Right.
He was really in bad shape for a while.
Oh yeah, well he's been in the hospital quite a few times over the years. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're listening, Slick Rick, woo!
That's right.
Elvis wants to meet you.
What you gonna do?
And, oh yeah,
that's right. The Macho Man.
Dig it? Can you dig it? Stop doing Slim Jim.
Oh, God. Hey, let me ask you a question.
What's that?
I don't think I've ever asked you this question. If a movie were made about your life right now, who would you like to see play you?
Elvis.
Pee Wee Herman. No.
Herman.
Well,
that Elvis would be a trick.
No, I would probably, for my life, I don't know. I like Paul Rudd.
Really?
Yeah. He's got a sense of humor. I love him.
Okay.
I never, ever laughed so hard until I saw that Wanderlust breakout thing on YouTube. And I really can't say it on TV, but that's all I can say.
Remember, we are on the internet.
Oh, we are. Oh,
but yeah,
I'm not going to say that. I mean, that's the end of my.
See, but if you want somebody who's got the quick wit, Ryan Reynolds, would be good. Yeah. I mean, physically, we'd have to do something. We have to darken his hair, but as a young Page telling the young. Well, listen, camera, we can cut his legs out. No one's going to know.
He is the Deadpool.
I know.
I am Pool.
Right. See, he
finally
got the connection, ladies and gentlemen. Give that man a cigar.
John breaks on my head right there.
Jeez.
No, I'm saying maybe on a serious note, seriously funny kind of guy. Jim Carrey? No, I can't. No, I don't know.
Actually, the funny thing is I can see that one.
Oh,
I can see that one too.
You know, but I think my friends say to me when I talk to all my friends, they go, "You got a memory like a steel trap.
Yeah,
you can remember things." They said you should write a book. I said, "Yeah, but what are you going to call it? Turn the page." Right?
I'll tell you what.
That's not a bad idea, right?
That's not bad.
I'm going to copyright that right now.
That's actually not a bad.
And then at the end of it, I had my appendix out and say, "That's it. The appendix. It's over." So my new book's out. So is my appendix.
Okay. God. Ladies and gentlemen, don't hold it against me, but I'm feeling sorry about this right now.
No. Listen, I got to tell you something. I felt honored you even asked me to come down.
Oh,
so I
please.
really appreciate that. Absolutely.
It's great to have you back in town. A couple more questions, and I'm actually going to wrap up the show so we can get over to the draft house.
Credits are rolling already.
No, you know why?
The show ended 5
That's right. Yeah, we're just practicing right now. He got a petition. Get him off the air now.
Yeah.
But
Get the hook.
But with basketball, the Sweet 16 is here in town, so that's probably why Draft House is a little busy there right
exactly.
now.
So,
all right, so here's another quick question for you. If you could win an Olympic medal in any sport, real or fake, what would it be?
You sure we can say that on the air?
Yeah, we could say it.
No.
But your wife is in the room,
I know,
so you may want to rethink that.
I think the best medal I can win, fake or real. I used to backstroke like a son of a gun. Nobody could beat me.
Is that what they call it now?
No.
Gotcha.
I did it till I needed glasses. Okay, I'm sorry. So anyway, this is it. This is a new show, right?
That's it. We can do it.
Banter Inc. Anyway, no, I'm saying I could swim like a fish because I'll be honest with you, nobody knows this secret except my wife.
Wait a
And
minute.
Elvis and I have got something in common. This is no bull.
Okay.
Elvis Presley
Mhm.
had a webbed toe. So
Oh, really?
On the same foot. So he's my real daddy. So no, I want the money. No, anyway.
I got married on his birthday.
But
Does
the
that
thing
mean
is,
anything?
that's how made me a faster swimmer.
Okay. That little web. That little web.
Yeah, I mean, well, that plus I had very good.
Oh, okay. You
muscle.
could stroke
Back
very well.
in the day, I could stroke
You
anyway.
were a good stroker.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, but yeah. But
Now at 12 midnight coming out the next show.
But actually, the fake one would be probably I don't know. I want to be the funniest guy around. How's that?
Okay.
Jack Black.
Who's that?
Jack Black?
Jack-
Oh, that would be a
He's
good one,
He's
too.
a good
He's
guy,
a
yeah.
good one.
Absolutely.
All right, now that you've taken 15 minutes to answer one fucking question,
I'm sorry.
I'll
And the
ask-
other one is
I'll ask you one more, and then I'm going to close the show so we can get to lunch, so
Okay.
my wife doesn't feel bad sitting there by herself.
definitely one question.
That's-
Uh-oh.
All right, this is a serious question. When the day comes, which I hope is many, many years from now, that you are standing at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there waiting to welcome you in, and I'm presuming that's where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want them to say to you upon entry?
Elvis, don't want to see you. No.
Elvis would be like,
Elvis,
"You're
like,
finally
get him
here."
out of here. Trapdoor. No, I would say, I hope they say welcome and you deserve this because I try to be a good person my whole life. And I think everybody should be accepted because, as we all know that Jesus died for our sins and everything else and then try to correct our lives. But I think I would love to have him say, job well done.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
Good. I like it. Well, listen, we're going to wrap up here. Next week, you're going to have to stay attached to my Facebook page so I can announce who the winner is. My Facebook page. See what I did there?
See, boom.
He's not the guest next week, but I just like the connection.
By next week, I'm on show. He'll be unemployed. So
That's right. Listen, I was out of town last week. I had a substitute host, and it was the best rated show since I started. So who the hell knows? Anyway, listen, I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, though, I always like to end my show with a joke. Like it or not, here it comes.
Oh,
Here
I
it
thought you were
comes.
going to give me the joke. Okay.
No, I'm not going to give you the joke.
Don't look at me and say joke, right?
Did you hear about the homicidal oatmeal?
No.
No? It's good. It's a serial killer, just like this show.
oh.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Aaron's Hour. Make sure if you want to come back next week, stay tuned to my Facebook page. Watch for the promo post. We'll be up there. As always, as I like to say, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. See you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching, everybody.